hunky-dory. Of course, this leads to future problems with the design. Eventually the world will be overpopulated with people and animals who keep mating but can't die, so that's it. But it would be an idyllic life for a lot longer than God's original design. But ignoring all of that, Adam sinned. Therefore, all of his descendants should be punished? Does that seem moral? If I do something wrong now, should my great-great-grandkids be punished for it? No, of course not. Only the person who commits the act should receive the punishment for the act.
We were all in Adam when he fell, so we've all sinned, like Romans 3:23 says.
I'm sorry, did you just say that we were all in Adam when he sinned? Okay, so I just went back to the YouTube page and turned on closed captioning, which were not auto-generated, meaning that they were deliberately typed out, and yeah, I did not mishear that. We were all inside Adam when he fell. I think someone needs to explain to AIG how babies work, because no, we absolutely were not in Adam when he fell. Like, how would that even work? Did Adam have a specific sperm that would be able to create every single person who would ever exist? Did these sperm not go through the normal process of either being ejected or being reabsorbed by the body? And would that mean that Eve had all of the eggs that would match up with these sperm cells to create all of the people? Because the sperm isn't the be-all and end-all, it's only half the genetic material. So for this interpretation to work, Eve has to have an egg for every person to have ever existed, which at the current moment adds up to just over 100 billion. Women usually start life with about 1 million egg cells, so that's 5 orders of magnitude more eggs for Eve than is normal. And that would also assume that Adam had all of his sperm simultaneously, which is less impressive than the eggs, but the average man makes about 1 billion sperm per month, so that is a 100-month supply of sperm in his balls at one time. Unless you mean we were spiritually in him somehow? Was he possessed by the spirits of 100 billion people at one time? Did our spirits have consciousness that we forgot about? Did they have any say in his fall? Was their choice to eat the fruit a democratic process with the spirits of 100 billion not yet born people all weighing in on it, and that's why the fall applies to all of us? I don't know, man. This is introducing some seriously weird theology here.
And the consequence for sin is death.
And who created this system of rules? It was supposed to have been God, was it not? So could he not have made a system that is more reflective of actual justice instead of creating an obviously unjust and unfair system with the punishment that is disproportionate to the crime? Like, seriously, you're saying here that if you live your life entirely perfectly but tell one single little lie, then that lie is enough to give you the death penalty. And it's even worse than that because it's not just death, it is eternal torture after death. And it's even worse than that because you just said that we were in Adam when he sinned and so we were a part of that sin. So the crime that we are being executed and tortured for was one that happened, in your view, 6,000 years before we were even born.